Hello, this is Dean Malone with Compass FX. I hope you're doing well today and you're getting some good trades. I've heard from some traders today that they missed out on some trading opportunities. But I want to remind you that with every trading situation in the market, look for another opportunity to present itself. So what do we have today with the euro dollar? First off, the market opens up with a gap open to the downside. We gapped down from about 1170 area. The market made a gap down to about the 110 area and then continued pushing even lower. Then we had this big move back up. Now what's this? This is what we call a short squeeze. In part, we had a gap fill. Oftentimes when the market gaps open, as it did here, the market will come back about halfway to fill the gap, sometimes all the way back. But in this case, we didn't just fill the gap, we continued on with a short squeeze. So what's a short squeeze? A short squeeze is a rapid increase in a currency pair's price when there's a lack of selling matched to an excess amount of demand or buying in the marketplace. And that's what took place. We had some technical buying in the market that caused the euro dollar to continue pushing up and up and up. And part of that was driven by the ECB bond buying program. Part of it was driven by literally short sellers thinking that the market was going to roll back over and back down, and it didn't do that. So what is the short squeeze process? Well, a short squeeze starts off, number one, with short sellers covering their positions. Let's say someone went short on Friday, market comes down and they're waiting it out, and then they exit their trade. Well, to exit a short, you have to put a buy into the marketplace. So you're buying to exit. You're short. That's called a cover. Now, when there's so many people buying to exit, that causes some buying momentum in the marketplace. That buying momentum causes the market to push up, triggering buy stops. Well, buy stops are buy orders to go long above price, and it will continue to push price on up. Eventually what happens is that buy stops run into sell limits. Sell limits are offers above price to sell back into the marketplace. So as the market's pushing back up, getting back to right where we were at on Friday, there were offers right about the 1180 area, there were offers to sell in the marketplace. Well, guess what happened? The buy stops were stronger than the sell limits. And what eventually happens is the market pushes up and up and up and hits the stop loss orders of the sell limits, thus causing more short sellers to cover, and the cycle starts all over again. In this case, the market finally reached a technical level. It reached the 200 simple moving average on the hourly chart, a level that a lot of institutional traders monitor, and now we're getting a bit of relief from this short squeeze scenario. Now, what could potentially happen from this point? Well, if you look at your fibs from high to low, so we had this high at about the 1409, and that occurred on June 22nd. Now we've made a move down to 109.50 area. We get a 618 retrace. This is a 1, 2, 3 down strategy. We're going to look for the bounce off the 618 and a move down to the 50 level. And this is going to be key because that 50 level is right about where we were at, around this 1180 area. And what the market will be looking for is a break of the 50%, then a move to the 38.2, a move to 23.6, and then there'll be some new decisions coming in. Do we break this area and push lower back down to 950, or do we hold out at the 110 and watch what the market does going into non-farm payroll, which will be on Thursday of this week because Friday's a U.S. bank holiday. So all in all, we've had a gap open to the downside, a short squeeze to fill the gap and then continue. Now we're sitting with a potential 1, 2, 3 down strategy going into tomorrow. So make note of these levels. Look for the euro to push back down these levels. And the same holds true on the euro yen. If you look at the euro yen, we can see that the euro yen from high to low, this was this gap down that pushed even lower, strong move back right to the 618, did not reach all the way back up to the 200%, sitting right now at about that 138.80 area. but we have a potential setup. I would look for a move back down to 137, a break of 137, look for the market to roll back down to about 136.35, and then test down potentially down to 135.40 area. Also, the Euro Aussie, keep your eye on the Euro Aussie. Same situation. We've seen from this low to high that the market had retraced back to about the 618, putting this high about the 46.40 area. After the gap open to the downside, the market broke this low, pushed to a 27.2% extension away from the bottom, and then made a very strong move back up to that 618 level. As a matter of fact, coming right in at that 146.40 level. So a very strong short squeeze today. So I'm looking for this to roll back over, come down, and at least test into this area. I'm looking for a test of the 145.50 area for the Euro Aussie. If the Euro Aussie holds that level, I'm going to be looking for a bounce on up or a retest of this 46.40 area. We could be literally bouncing around in about a 100 pip range. A break of this, then we look for the move down and a potential break of 145. So again, if you miss some trades, gap open, short squeeze, or you're not sure about trading that short squeeze, sit on your hands, wait for the market to make its movement, then look for the setups that you normally look for. In my opinion, given the ECB, the Greece situation right now, we may get a Greece default. The S&P today downgraded Greece to a triple C minus, which is just about 3 levels above a complete default. Well, if the no vote referendum comes in and Greece decides to go it alone, that's going to go into default, we will see this euro back down. Now, if there is some final arrangement in the 11th hour, we might find some settling out here. That's going to find the euro floating between the 110, the 113, maybe the 114 area again. So keep your eye on what's going on with the ECB and Greece situation. So, long story short, I'm looking for the euro dollar and the euro pairs to move back down, back to somewhere in the median area of this big movement. Well, this is Dean Malone with CompsFX. Y'all make it a great day. Get some good trades. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.